Hey everyone, today I'm with my friend Pat Page Fitness, and what we're gonna be doing is building a adventure game. He's already started working on the code, so he has the code up pretty much here. We're building what is it? Tech? Could you just explain what the project is?
So it's a text-based adventure game, very simple. It's for my software development class, and what we're gonna do is that we have to create a game where you're a player, and for it's a game where you have to solve simple puzzles, and there's some requirements. So there has to be like an NPC in the game. There has to be some items that you could pick up in the item, interact with. Basically, what I have is a haunted house adventure where you're a player and you're just interacting with NPCs to get clues from them, and then you're going to look around the haunted house for the item that the NPC is giving you the clue about. You retrieve that item to the NPC, you give it to them,
Okay, slow
then
down, slow down. So it's a haunted house adventure game.
yeah,
Player looks around the house,
yeah,
interacts with NPCs.
yeah.
What else?
They're going to pick up items.
From where?
Like basically, they're going to interact with the NPC. The NPC is going to give them a clue to what
Okay,
item they have to find.
okay, fine.
And then the player goes and looks for it.
What do you mean like that? Does it walk around? Use like
Yeah, so there's gonna be different rooms in the
okay,
house. So there are different rooms, and each room has a different kind of functionality. So for example, there is a room where there are real items and fake items,
okay,
and then there's another room that has uh, fake items and an item that will instantly kill the player. So it's called a death item.
okay. Interesting. Okay, that makes sense. Rooms have different things. You throw a little twist on each room.
Yeah,
There's like a death item.
yeah.
Okay, how do we get through each room? Like, do you walk? Like, is it a text based?
So
Like, you'd be like, enter this room, and it gives you a
so
list of rooms to look at.
I can show you the basic implementation that I have here. So, am I typing in the terminal? Make clean make. Okay, yeah. Let's run this code. Like this. Oh shit, my bad. I stopped sharing.
No worries. Just keep sharing.
Oh no, am I still sharing?
No, share again. Or you're sharing the wrong screen.
Yeah.
So you're
There we go. My bad. Technical difficulties. Okay, so this is the basic This is the basic implementation of the game that I have going on. This is where my main is.
okay. You have your main function.
So this is where I'm just like building things out, just testing the flow of the game, just to see if
Okay.
it's working and not whatnot.
So you instantiate a room. We'll go up a bit. Scroll up. So you're instantiating a room. You're instantiating a living room. You're creating a player, and then you're creating an item. Item in room. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
So that's and then we're just gonna go into some strings to print out what choices you have to make.
Okay.
And then when we run the game, these are the different choices right
Yeah.
here. And so when we run the game, this is what it looks like on here. It's basically what the game is gonna look like. It's like something you would find like on an Atari or something like that.
Yeah.
So
Text
then
based. Yeah.
uh
Search of the haunted house. Right now you're in an empty room. What would you like to enter the next room? Okay, so you're kind of entering one room at a time.
yeah, so you can
Okay.
oh no, what you call it? This was just to
Start them.
yeah, start the function of entering another room. What it would actually say is like the options would be a little bit different than what I have
Yeah.
here right now.
Okay.
Like
Cool.
the options, these are just like some dummy options for now.
Okay.
But for this, it would be more like option one, enter room on left.
Okay.
Option two, enter room on right.
Yeah.
Option three, enter the room behind you.
Okay. And what like directions are they going to be? Just those like front, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
So you rooms in. Cool.
But these are things. I'm just explaining the code right now, but my teammates are working on those different
Just
things.
do the whole thing right now.
Okay,
We
okay.
can if you want.
Okay, we'll see how far we'll see how far we can get.
Okay.
But right now, it's supposed to focus on NPC, but I'll just keep on going. Okay, so we can enter the room. Interact is a way to interact with the room. This is just to
Sure.
describe the room. This is just to fill a requirement for the test or for the project. Just brings back a string just showing, just telling you what the living room looks like.
Okay.
And then we could pick up an object. It tells you that you can pick up an item.
And then pick up an object. Is it gonna be a list of all the different objects you can pick? Pick up object 1, pick up object 2.
Yeah, it'll be basically like basically these NPCs will be like a ghost, a witch, and a skeleton. And for example, the ghost will be like the thing that you're looking for kind of looks like me. And so you go into the room and you look for the bed sheet item. Like there'll be an item that'll be listed called like bed sheet. And if you bring the bed sheet back to the ghost, he'll let you through. But if you bring like a different item there, like we'll say that like a skeleton key,
Yeah.
you bring that back, the ghost is not going to like that, and he's going to damage the player.
Okay.
Yeah. So those are, and then right now what I'm working on is this interact with the ghost because I'm working with the NPC options.
Cool.
So we interact with the ghost, and then he's going to give us a greeting, and then he's going to ask you he's going to prompt you for 2 choices: ask for a hint or give your item to the ghost. We got to fix this second part. There should be give your item to the ghost, but I'm gonna have to figure out like some of the things in this class. But just stay back on here. If I ask for a hint, it's just gonna say you're looking for the required item. It's just like a dummy text, just a filler text. Let's interact with him again. Give your item. Right now, I don't have the right item, so this says this is not the correct item.
Nice.
And that's about it right now.
Cool. Yeah. So what parts are you like? Which part do you want help in specifically?
Okay, let's look at the NPC class. Okay. Do you know virtual and pure virtual functions?
Virtual and pure functions, yeah.
Okay, so we have this NPC class, and right now it has a couple of virtual functions and a couple of pure virtual functions.
Okay, actually, no, I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
Okay, so pure virtual function is when you have a pure virtual function in a class, it makes it an abstract class.
Okay.
So you can't call an instance of it unless you call an instance of a derived class.
Okay, so you have to implement that in the one that you have to implement that function inside the derived class.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then and these ones are virtual functions where you can so these are virtual functions. So these are like the base functions. So for example, if have a derived class ghost. So in NPC, I have this virtual function called virtual bool check item, right? So if I go to ghost, and oh wait, it won't look. Actually, this won't make sense because it's all in interact. But let's go to interact NPC. Yeah. So if we look at check item, right? So I defined this function in NPC called check item, and what it's supposed to do is that it's supposed to look at the item that the player has, and then look at the item that the ghost has, because the ghost is going to be constructed with the required item, and they're going to compare. So if the player has the right one, it's true. If the player doesn't, it's false. Right?
Yep.
So
I see. Okay. So what you're trying to implement these base classes right now? Mm-hmm. That's your goal? Okay.
Yeah. So what I want to do, for example, is that I basically want to fix NPC. So then whatever the 3 derived classes will look the same. Witch, ghost, skeleton, they're going to look the same. It's just like 3 instances of it's basically 3 instances of the same NPC. The only thing that's going to change between the 3 instances is the required item.
Yeah, okay.
Because each level will have a different required item. Yeah,
I see what you mean. Okay, how I'm thinking about this is in just regular object-oriented patterns, and we can like make it work for C++. Is we're gonna create like a class for the NPC. This is like an abstract class or just a class that all of these people are gonna inherit. Mm-hmm. And at this top level, we're going to want to introduce a bunch of attributes and methods that are going to be common amongst all of the people who are going to inherit that class, right? Like all the ghosts, right?
Yeah. So I don't know if this is going to necessarily have to be an abstract class by the end of it. It's for sure going to be like a parent class, but I don't know if it's going to have to be abstract by the end of this.
Yeah. So I would say some functions could be and some don't. So you have ghost. Who else do you have?
A ghost, a witch, and a skeleton.
Okay, we have a ghost and a witch and a skeleton.
Yeah.
We're going to have an NPC here. And for the NPC, we're going to define some attributes that should be inherited by all of them. Let's just say like... a name or no?
Name. Yeah, so the name, like there's gonna be the ghost name, the witch name, the skeleton. I have a greeting that
Okay. Yeah.
because each one will be like, hello, I'm a ghost, or hello, I'm a
Yeah.
witch.
And we're gonna hold that in like a string or something.
Yeah. I have a pointer to an item called required items.
Okay.
So yeah, I have an item class where it can make an item object, and there's a pointer to an item object, and that pointer is called required item.
Okay. Does it have to be, or can we just use?
It has to be pointers.
Oh, it doesn't want to use a string. Like we can't just say, "Oh, I have a."
No, we have to use pointers.
Okay, we have
This
a pointer.
is the whole point of using this.
That makes sense, so that they know that that is actually the item and not.
Because we have to do polymorphism.
I see.
We have to use polymorphism.
So required item is a pointer to like a required item. Just say
it's an item.
Yeah, this is a pointer to an item.
Yeah.
And what else do we have?
And then I have a bool for is solved, because basically the way that it should work is that there's like a level class that constructs the level, and the NPC is going to be in there, and it's going to have this bool that's going to be set to false, and then when the bool gets switched to true, that's going to switch the pointer from level 1 to level 2.
Pointer of which?
So there's going to be a pointer. Okay, I gotta bust out
Wait, just repeat that again. Sorry, I missed that part.
So basically, the way that we're gonna do this is that the way that we're thinking about doing this is like using something called composition.
Yeah.
Where once we're done all these classes, like the different rooms, the different items, the different NPCs.
Yeah.
What one of our teammates is gonna do is that he's gonna create a class called level, where he's gonna take where it's basically gonna stick all these elements together in a custom way. So then there's gonna be like level 1, level 2, level 3. So level 1 will have like a ghost NPC on it, and then it's gonna have the rooms, and it's gonna have a different set of items.
Yeah.
And so
that makes sense.
So there's gonna be a pointer pointing to that.
Yeah.
And then basically the way that we're thinking about, we don't know if this is gonna we're just like this is how we were thinking about it in our heads, is that there's a pointer pointing at that level saying that, okay, you're in this level right now because this boolean is at false. When the boolean switches from false to true, the pointer is going to point from level 1 to level 2, and then now you're going to be in a different level.
And you need to solve all of them in order to
beat the game. So you're just going to do one NPC per level.
You want to do one NPC per level?
Yeah.
And then for the next level, I mean, how come not just create the same, like level 2, like have their own like instances of NPCs and stuff? Like when you move into level 2, you recreate the state. Oh, for specifically level 2, because the ghost could have, because you don't want to have the same ghost as last one, because they're in a new level.
Yeah, so you want to change out the ghost for a witch.
On the next level 2?
Yeah. So level 1 is just going to be a ghost. There's just one ghost on level 1. And then level 2, there's only one witch in level 2.
Okay.
And then no ghost. And then on level 3, there's no witch, there's no ghost. There's only one skeleton. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so this is kind of what it's supposed to look like. Exactly.
Class switch skeleton.
This was level 3.
This is level 3?
Yeah.
I feel like on each level you just want to recreate, but yeah, that makes sense. Okay, that kind of makes sense. Like when you know it's solved, that's when you're going
to the next level.
To the next one. Yeah,
that's what we're thinking right now. That's how we're thinking about like structuring the logic.
But you don't like. It sounds like you want to use the same object and then switch it and convert it into a witch and then convert it into a skeleton.
Yeah, and they're basically all going to be they're going to be the same. They're all going to be very similar. The only things that they're going to change is the name, the greeting, and then the required item.
Yeah, okay. Let's see. Why not create like a witch? Or I don't know if this is how you're already thinking about it. But you create a witch, but you already know that's part of level 1.
Mm-hmm.
And you also create like a, what's the other one?
Skeleton and a ghost.
Ghost skeleton. Like just have 3 different ones. Like you create 3 different objects. Like instantiate 3 different guys.
Yeah, so I think I do have something like that. Like right now, like I have is this what you're kind of like talking about? Because I have a constructor
Yeah.
in the ghost class, and you construct it with the item,
Yeah.
with an item, and then the other things that you constructed a string called ghost, which is the name, a string called hello I am a ghost, which is the greeting,
Yeah.
and then the item, which is going to be the required item that the player needs to show them. The player's item has to be the same as the item constructed with the NPC to beat the level, to
Okay.
pass the level.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Like,
I also feel like there should like but the thing is this is the problem. Like we're supposed to have I also feel like the boolean should be in there for solved,
mhm.
is solved, because then it'll be switched from from false to true, and that's what we were like that's what we were thinking about doing. That was like the logic that we were thinking.
Okay, let's think about it a bit too, because we need to also make sure this works with everything. Like, how do you maintain the game state? I'm assuming like you have like some class that's
Yeah.
gonna maintain the game state.
Yeah, so we have to make a game state. We have to
That's
make a
what they
game
said.
class.
But
Yeah,
do you already have that?
we don't have one yet.
Okay, let's just talk about that first.
Okay,
So
let's
we
do
can
that.
just talk about, because if we build towards like how an NPC works, we
Mhm.
need to kind of understand the architecture of like the whole game.
Okay.
So like, so this is what I'm thinking. We're gonna have a main function that's gonna start instantiating a bunch of things.
Okay.
Right? And we're gonna have different. Let's just talk in generalities, because it's gonna kind of work with that.
Yeah.
We have a main that's gonna like do some work, right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking we have a game state somewhere.
Yeah, like there should be like a game state. We're thinking something like that when we're talking about this. We're thinking about like there should be like a while loop basically.
Yeah, exactly.
like,
it's
a
gonna be
game-
running turn,
Yeah.
turn.
So it'll be like a game.
It's gonna have a function called run a turn, or it's basically gonna have like
run-
play.
Yeah.
Like when you click play, it's gonna do that, and it's
Yeah.
gonna essentially do a while loop,
Yeah.
right? And in this game, it's gonna be like while true until they win or lose, right? And in the game state, we're gonna maintain different things. We're gonna maintain like what level are they on?
Yeah.
Like this is things about the level.
Yeah.
Where's the player? Like access to the player.
Yeah.
The level. Maybe like the items and stuff. But
Yeah,
maybe
okay.
that could even be maintained inside the level. Like you can
Yeah.
create like the level could be a list of
The
of
3 levels, right?
Yeah. You can even create like a level. It could be a list of 3 levels. List. And then you could even make like a level class.
Yeah, that's what we want to do.
Oh, that's what you want to
We
do?
were planning on making a level class. Yeah.
Okay. So in the player, just make a list of levels. It's gonna be like a level list. And it's gonna be like all the levels. So you
In
can
the player?
in the game.
Okay.
Like the game state needs to maintain like metadata on
Yeah.
how the game's being run.
Yeah.
Like it's just containing like everything like from the, it's like a god. Like
Yeah.
it's just like looking over everything.
Okay.
So it's like, oh, these are the players, these are the levels. It needs to know all this stuff. It needs
Yeah.
to know it in the state,
Okay, perfect.
right?
That's good. That's good stuff.
So we have level, and then we're gonna create a level class, and the level class is gonna contain things very specific to that level.
Yeah.
Let's say like it's gonna have items.
Yeah.
It's gonna have a description, right? It's gonna have like when you ask the room, like what room are you in? You're gonna ask the description.
With the what you call it, the level will be comprised of the living room, real item room, death item room, and a death trap room.
So there's gonna be 4, and each room is gonna have one exact item, or is it gonna have multiple items in it?
Each room should have, for simplicity's sake, each room will have 2 items.
Okay. Yeah, but we'll just keep a list of items then.
Okay.
So each level has multiple rooms.
Yeah.
Okay. So each level. So you make another class then for rooms then, huh?
Yeah.
Okay,
We have that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So remember I told you the haunted house is the abstract class at the beginning.
Yeah.
The haunted house is the abstract class. That's supposed to be the abstract class for a part of our environment.
I see.
So the haunted house will be the what will be derived from the haunted house will be the different rooms, which will be the living room, the real item room, death item room, and death trap room.
Okay. So for each level, you're trying to solve one haunted house, or you're trying to solve the one haunted house in one whole.
So in one level, there are 4 rooms.
Okay.
And yeah, there's 4 rooms.
What do we mean by level then?
So level,
Is it like a level and floor, like a floor in it? You think of it?
because level will be that basically I wish I had a piece of paper, but basically this is how we're thinking about it. Wait, actually, where's the okay, so imagine this, okay? So you get into the room and the NPC's right here and this is the player, okay?
Yeah.
And so level 1, and we'll say this is the ghost.
Yeah.
So level 1 on this side will be the real item room,
Yeah.
death item room,
Okay.
and then the trap room. Okay? So this is the player. So you get to go into these different rooms. If you go here, you die. If you go here and you pick the wrong item and you bring it to him, you die. If you go in here and you bring the the wrong item, you just get damaged. But if you bring the real item, you what you call it, go to the next room. So what's supposed to happen is that you go in, you find the real item here, you bring into this guy, and then the pointer, the game, like I guess game.
But you'll talk to that guy to get a hint, right?
Yeah, you can talk to this guy to get a hint. So the game will be like this is game. This is pointing right here. You go here, you get the right item, and now game. This is level 1.
Now game will move you to level 2.
Now we go level 2, and so the living room here is here again.
Yeah.
But what we're thinking is that now, so this will be the witch now, right?
Yeah.
The player's here, and so remember how this is the real room, this is the death room, and this is the. We're gonna change the orientation. This is the trap room. This is the real room.
Nice.
And this is the death room. So it's not the same thing every single time.
Okay.
Same thing. You have to look for the real item, bring it to him, and then once you get the real item, we go over here to level 3. Here's the skeleton, and this will be the real. This will be the death room, the trap room, and then the real room. Player right here, and then you bring them the real item, and then you finish the game.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. This makes a lot of sense. So
these are levels, and then the rooms are in
the way I think about it is we kind of need to like start like, okay, we need to encapsulate the whole game state, obviously. So that's going to maintain everything. Like what are the different levels and rooms and stuff.
Yeah.
And then within, this is a level, right? This is right here.
Yeah.
So in the level, we're going to also maintain rooms. Where are we? So we have our game. We have our level. We have our level. And in our level, what are we going to store? Let me zoom in a bit. We're going to store rooms.
Mm-hmm.
And like when we instantiate a level, we're going to need a constructor. And I say in the constructor, we build out what we want that room to be.
Okay.
We can say like we can pass in like a integer like
because they're all gonna have the same room, right? Like they're all gonna have the same types of room at each level. Like it's always gonna be the same. Like
yeah, it's gonna be the same. So we can just like create like a level class, and in the constructor we can give in different parameters and it'll like format the room. But it's gonna essentially be the same room. Like we can pass in the different things, like the items.
But items would be in the rooms.
Yeah. Items are going to be in the room.
Yeah, and NPC will be in living room, and items will be in the other rooms.
Let's not worry about the constructor then. Let's just say in the level, we're going to have items. And we're going to have NPCs.
Yeah.
Or one NPC specifically.
Yeah, one NPC.
And we're going to have rooms.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Items is just going to be a list of items. NPC is just going to be this NPC class that you're building.
Yeah.
And rooms is going to be like a list of rooms.
Yeah.
Right?
Nice.
And then what's going to be in the room?
Okay. So there's going to be, let's start with living room. So living room will be where the NPC is. And it's just the NPC.
Yeah.
And then there's going to be the real item room. And so in the real item room, there'll be a real item or a fake item.
Okay, so we're gonna have so it's gonna have like real item, or it depends on what kind of room it is then, right?
Yeah. So real item room has a real and a fake.
Okay.
Death item has a fake and a death item.
So are you gonna create a class for room, and then you're gonna create a bunch of subclasses for?
Yeah, that was the plan.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because basically, this is haunted house. Basically, our abstract class.
Let's just keep it room then.
Okay.
And then we'll have living room.
Yeah. Living room.
Yeah.
Real item room. Death item room.
Okay.
And then also a death trap room.
Okay. I mean, let's just work with this for now.
Okay.
What's gonna be in like the living room?
So living room is just the NPC. So all the should be happening in
Okay.
the it's just the NPC and the player. The player's
NPC
gonna
and
be
the
in every
player.
room, but it's just the NPC.
Okay. Yeah, like okay. In I guess okay, in the living room we have the NPC. Yeah, okay.
And then the real item room, just to keep it simple, there'll be one real item and one fake item.
Okay. How are you planning on storing that?
Let's see what we have in our what you call it? We have an item class and storing it like
Like how are you gonna define what's in the room? Like what are the functions of this real item room? Like are they gonna be like ask for item?
description.
That makes sense.
And then interact.
Yeah.
Because interact will be like, so description will be like, oh, you look around the room and you see these two items.
Yeah.
And then interact would be like, which item do you want to pick up?
Okay. And then it actually picks up that item.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense. And then after you can exit it or no?
Yeah, then you can exit it too. And you can exit. You should be allowed to exit at any moment. It could be like describe, interact, exit. Those should be the three options in there.
Okay. Let me think about this quick. Because if we're standing in a room, do we want to maintain like do we want to know that if we're in a room or not?
Yeah, you should be able to.
Like
That's why I think there's like the describe.
okay.
That's why we should
And
have the
then
describe.
okay, now we're in okay, I get the room stuff. We can be in a room. There could be and then you could also in the living room there's an NPC and there's another function called interact with NPC or something.
Yeah, interact with NPC. Yeah.
So you start off there. Okay, all of them have kind of an interact.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So when you call interact in the living room, it's gonna talk to the NPC.
When you do, yeah, you're gonna go and then you get two options. Get a hint from the NPC. You should have three options. Get a hint, give item to NPC, or exit. Like
The living room you can just exit or you're
or
stuck
just
here?
like stop talking to the NPC.
Okay. Stop talking. Why not? Like, why do we need to stop talking? Oh, what happens when you exit?
Or actually, what you call it? Actually, no, never mind.
Yeah.
Don't ignore the stop talking. Just ask for a hint and ask for the hint.
Like
and,
you already started talking.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah.
just walk away after.
Yeah, exactly. So just ask for a hint or check item. That's what I have
Okay.
right now in my NPC class. I have a check item function.
Okay, and then we can enter a specific room.
Yeah, so then it'd be like enter room on left, enter room on behind you, enter room on right.
Okay. And then what do we pass in here? Like where we actually want to go, like left or right?
Yeah, so if you enter, for example, if we're
Oh.
here and we go enter room left, we go to the real item room. Enter room behind you, we go to death item room. If we enter room right, we go to the trap room.
How do they know though?
They wouldn't.
So they're just gonna like blindly look left or right?
So
Or-
basically, you go in here and you would get a hint. You'd get a hint, and then
it
this
has the
person-
option move. It doesn't. Say okay. You move left and right, and then you ask the room a description of that
Yeah.
room.
Then you get a description of the room, and then it'll be like, "There's two items here," and then you'll be like, those items sound like that's what the ghost is looking for." Then you go and interact with those
I
items,
see,
and you
I
bring
like
them
it,
back.
I
So
see.
you basically kind of have to. It's a little bit of trial and error and hints and stuff like that. Like for example, this trap room. The goal of the trap room is that it's like a troll move. It's like you go into the room, and if you interact with it, you die. So the room's gonna try to entice you. Be like, oh, there's some items here. Do you want to pick one up? And you pick it up, you die immediately.
Okay. What I'm thinking then. Okay, what I'm thinking is we have a main that, or our game state. What we play true. We essentially do this. We create different levels. We create a list of level 1, level 2, level 3, right?
Hmm.
Because we want to encapsulate like the whole game state, right? But then
Yeah.
we also need to maintain the state of what you're doing inside of a specific level.
Yeah.
So we'll say like while or like for level in levels. Like we're gonna loop through all the levels and levels, and when
Yeah.
they're done, we were kind of like print you on, right?
Hmm.
And then maybe we can just go like level dot play. So you kind of loop through each level, and then you'll play the level until you win that level.
Okay, yeah, and then every time you yeah, and then every time you win a level, you just increment to the next
Yeah,
level.
you pretty much have a pointer right here. You start off this one.
Yeah.
You play that
Mhm.
level, and when you move over, you play the next level,
Yeah.
and then when you move over, you play the next level after
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds
Right?
good. Yeah. Yeah.
And now
That's
we don't
perfect.
really need to worry about like moving like you now we can encapsulate everything related to the level in
Nice.
that one level and not think about any like we just need to maintain that state in that level, and then after when we move to the next level, like we pretty much start from scratch. Like everything is new. The room is arrangement. We have new
Yes.
pointers to
Yes.
all these
Yes.
different stuff,
Exactly.
right?
Yes.
So what do we have in level again? What do you say? Um, so now we have level. In level, we're gonna want to like maintain some sort of state. So we want to know. We're gonna have all the different rooms. Um, we're gonna have also. We have rooms. We're gonna also say like current room,
Yeah.
and that's gonna be a pointer.
Yeah.
Pointer to that specific room,
Hmm.
and then yeah,
Nice.
pretty much there. That we're just there, and then now
Yeah.
you just move between the
Yeah.
rooms,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So when we create this levels room, we're going to pretty much like in the level, we're gonna know your current rooms. We're gonna just create all the different rooms there, but we're also gonna have to maintain like the configuration, like which one's left, which one's right, which one's down.
Yeah. 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 But and we also want to be switching that every level.
Yeah, we
Okay.
can we can just like since we're doing here, we could pretty much just do that here. Like we'll create like level 1. We'll like instantiate that
Hmm.
class, and we'll pass in different variables that will like reconfigure the room.
Nice.
Yeah, we can just say like I don't know. We'll just figure that out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But now, when does that make sense so far?
Yeah. 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 I think this is exactly what this is kind of how we were like explaining it,
Yeah.
our group.
Okay. Yeah. And now we have all these different rooms. This level is gonna contain all the different rooms, and you're gonna start off at the living room.
Hmm.
This is gonna be pointing to the living room,
Hmm.
and then from there, we'll have like a play room or something,
Hmm.
and that this is gonna be the while loop that just keeps running that while while you're in that level. It's gonna just keep like asking you stuff. Depending on what room you're gonna have the different options. So you're gonna have like the current room here,
Yeah.
and then you're gonna be able to like interact with the current room.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you pretty much do that and you play this room until you're done. And like either you return like you won or something. This could be a boolean. Sorry, am I even hello? Okay. That's working. Um we'll return true if we won, but like if you lose, you return false.
Okay, but this is still like okay, but this is still we're still working on. Did we go into the actual specific rooms? Or are we still on
No,
level?
we're still on the level.
Okay, we're still on level. Okay.
We're still like
Yeah.
thinking
Yeah.
about
Okay.
it. We're still thinking about it from this view right
Yeah.
here.
Okay.
Like we want to build out this state because
Mhm.
now we already abstracted away the game state. We don't
Mhm.
really care about the complete game state yet
Yeah.
because we're just trying to solve this level,
Yeah.
and then we just worry about the game progressing us later.
Yeah.
Like we don't want to focus on that because if you want handle all that in one function or one class,
Yeah.
it gets really complicated. You'll have a class with a ton of stuff.
Yeah. Solid design principles, single responsibility.
Yeah, exactly. You like each room is just made like you can just be in a room and you don't know anything about the game. You're
Yeah.
just worried about solving this room.
Yeah, yeah.
So like yeah, there's like single responsibility is like solve this level. And all of the objects created in this level can't be pointed to by other levels. So like it like encapsulates all your variables and all of your pointers and all the stuff you're using. Like basically if you have a computer, you're like partitioning each level in different areas of the computer and they can't interact with each other
Mhm.
really. Because you don't want to grab an item from one room and it's accessing an item for
Yeah, yeah,
another.
yeah,
That
yeah.
might trip it
Exactly.
out,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
And
This
you
is
don't
good.
want to access one room that points to another room from a different level. That also
Yeah.
messes it
Yeah, yeah,
up.
yeah.
So that's why
You
we
don't want no
just
side effects.
yeah, exactly. So that's why when we create a level, we want to build all of these objects from scratch, like all these rooms, like in the constructor or something. Yeah. So yeah, that's what we're thinking about it, right? So now what do we want to work on? That makes sense so far?
So what you call it? Yeah. Want to work on the NPC?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So basically, uh,
Is this how you're designing the room though? Or no?
pretty sure this is what we were like talking about. This is what we're kind of like thinking about doing.
Okay. Don't worry,
Yeah,
I'll be
we
sending
don't
you
have a
this
game
video.
yet. We don't have a game class yet. We don't have the game class yet, but we wanted to do that, like make a game class that like handle the logic.
Yeah.
But
So the game class should handle the whole game in general, and each level should be their own class, and it should like contain what rooms and like should have a place so you can play that level.
should we work on the game class or should we work on NPC?
I think we should work on this level class first. Figure that out.
But that's what my teammate's doing right now. That's what
Okay.
he's
You
doing.
wanna do extra?
I don't want to.
Yeah,
I don't want to
yeah.
override his
Yeah,
work.
no, it's good. That's like what a good teammate does. You're gonna succeed in the industry.
Yeah, I
You
got
don't
it.
want to step on your other
Yeah.
coworkers' toes.
Yeah, I trust him. I trust
Yeah,
him.
that's good.
But
That's
he
good.
wants me to do NPC, so I guess we can just
Okay.
do NPC right now.
Okay, yeah. Let's work on NPC because we've already or 37 minutes in.
Damn, 37 minutes. Holy fuck.
But like,
dude,
did that
this
now
is
you're
good.
getting a good understanding
This
of
is
like
sick,
how you
bro.
want to
Yeah,
manage
this
it,
is
right?
sick. Yeah.
Okay, now we're in the living room, and each room has an NPC or just the
Just the living room.
okay. So this living room. So when we create the level, it's gonna create the different rooms. We just need to create a function that creates like we need to work on the living room, right? Or someone else building that living room.
Somebody else, but I think we can. I think we could do some stuff in the living room. It's not that built out right now.
Okay, because when we build up the living
Let me
room,
look at what my teammate has in his UML because we have a couple different branches.
yeah, let's see.
Major project right here. His name is John. Good name. Strong name.
This is not really plagiarizing. This is just straight tutoring. I'm not writing any code. Right?
Okay, so
that doesn't count really, right?
okay, yeah. So these like look. So he has a bunch of other stuff. So look, he already has like a level. Like he already has like a level class
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So oh yeah, look. This is all the. This is what
You see the level class? Go up. If not current room. Handle input. Okay. What are the instance variables and stuff? Like what are the okay, we have a level. Set current room. Okay. So he's storing yeah, okay, he's basically doing what we're talking about here. Like
yeah. See, I trust him. That's why I trust him.
see we have a level and the level has a current room. That's what he's so
Yeah.
he's kind of keeping track of that.
Yeah.
And then what else? Okay. And then you can describe current room. Okay. And then he destructs the current room, gets a reference to that pointer, and describes it. So yeah, he's doing everything proper there. He's showing the actions. He's taking the current actions of the current room. That's good. Okay. Now you're handling input. Yeah, I think he's doing everything correct.
Yeah, he's doing everything like a boss.
All
right.
Okay.
Good job, John.
What is living room?
What you call it? But you wanted to look at this is how he has living room set up right now. So he doesn't look like he has like a constructor or anything with the NPC in there right now.
So this is the living room. Okay, talk to NPC. So when we create a living room, we should also create the NPC. there
Yeah.
and store a pointer to that NPC. So pretend this is that he has this living room class that he created. Pretty much when we instantiate, we need a constructor that will actually create the NPC, like build out that NPC class that you have,
Yeah.
and assign it to and store it to that variable. This variable should be pointing to a real NPC, and yeah, like maybe in the NPC we can pass in a name, and that name or like that name will like determine like what kind of NPC it is, or it depends. How do you want to do it? Like, there's multiple ways that we can create an NPC.
Because the way that let's look at my NPC class that I have right now. Yeah, so NPC, let's go to the header file. Right now, I have this NPC, and yeah, here are the things that were stored in the NPC: the name, the greeting, the required item, and the bool for is solved. So look, this is the constructor right now. So the constructor consists of the NPC's name, the greeting, an item, and this item should be the required item. Oh yeah, and I initialized it with this list right here.
It should be
right here.
okay.
Thing is, bad practice. What I've been told is that it's bad practice to have a constructor with more than 3 parameters. There's 3 parameters in here, so I might have to figure something out, change it up. But for now, I think that's okay.
I think it's
that's
not.
it's fine
It's
right
not bad. Like it's not. That, who said that?
now. Professor.
Oh really? I don't know.
I guess like it can create a lot of side effects if you're not keeping track of the parameters properly. Like there's a lot of chance for changes.
There's like a book called Clean Code, and they like try to enforce that really hard. I don't really agree with it that much. But what's it called? That's like a story for a different topic.
Yeah.
But another way that you could do it is like you just instantiate it and then you create other functions on the NPC like set name. Dot. So now you just instantiate it, but then later if you want to add properties to it, like you want to set the name or something, you can call functions onto it to set the name. If, like for example, you say you don't want greeting.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to pass greeting there. The only way to get greeting as part of that object is to create a function later that will set the greeting if you don't want to pass into the constructor.
Okay, see, because I have a function called greet, right?
Yeah.
So this is my greet function. So this is where I'm having the thing starts getting a little messy. So greet, and this is the how it's implemented in NPC, the saying hello, I am a blank dot dot dot.
Yeah.
So here's the ghost class. What I did is that it overrides the greet function.
Makes sense.
And then it has this version where it says, "Hello, I'm a ghost."
Yeah.
So I guess what you call it, I can take that out of the constructor, the NPC. I can take it out of the constructor here. I can take out this greeting.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't really make sense, right?
Wait, passing the greeting. Well, wait, let's see. Oh yeah, it doesn't really make sense to pass the greeting because when you create it,
I already have a function, right?
Yeah, the function already does it.
Okay, so let's get rid of that.
One thing I'd also do too is like, one thing I'm thinking too is like, okay, because we're building out this NPC class.
Yeah.
Right, and you said you defined a greet here. You defined a greet function.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have like the different ones, skeleton witch.
Yeah.
Skeleton witch. What else do we have?
Ghost.
Ghost. Right? And you say each of these are gonna have their own greeting. One's gonna say, I'm a skeleton.
Yeah. Hi, I'm a skeleton.
Right? So if each of these are actually gonna have to define a greeting, one thing you could do is like, what's the point of defining greet here? Actually define it. You can turn it into an abstract to force all of the people under it to define it.
Yeah.
Because if you just define it here, it doesn't really make that much sense.
Okay, yeah. So then this greet is yeah. Okay, so I actually have that. I already have it as a virtual, a pure virtual function.
Okay, so that forces all of these to implement it.
Yeah, so I can just get rid of greet here. I think I can just get rid of that.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I don't know why these. Okay, no, everything's good. and then we go to ghost, and ghost greet should still work. Save all. NPC. We can get rid of this now. Yes, yes. Oh my god. No squiggly lines. That's what happened. We'll see if this compiles.
Make
properly.
all of them have like that greet now.
Yes. Okay. I think this worked. Let's go interact with ghost. Hello, I'm a ghost. Perfect. Yeah. Okay. It's
So now you interact with ghosts, right? Now ask it, be like, hi, I'm a ghost. Be like, ask for, oh, it said hello, I'm a ghost. Okay,
Yeah.
now we're gonna have give a hint.
Yeah.
Like each one is gonna have like a hard coded hint, or no?
So like, this one should also be pure virtual, I'm guessing now, because give a hint.
Or like, will it change between the level what hint the ghost gives? Oh no,
like in the first one, it'll be like, oh, it's yeah, it's gonna change each one.
Okay, so now we're going to now each one is gonna have the same function called give a hint.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take that out of NPC. My implementation of NPC. We go to Ghost CPP. You are looking for something.
I was being funny. So we're given a hint, and all of them need a hint. So I'm thinking with the same rationale, there's no point in actually defining that in the NPC.
Yeah.
But might as well make it an abstract virtual that will force every single subclass to implement it.
Yeah. Some bed sheets. Okay. Just run this again.
Beautiful, beautiful.
This is awesome. Great. Sensational. And my teammates are gonna think I'm doing so good. Ask for a hint. You were looking for some bed sheets. There we go. Nice. It gives us the hint.
Nice.
This is perfect. And so yeah. Okay. Now NPC. What else is there? There's an interact in here. Okay, so what else? So we did the greet, and so the next thing would be to check the item, because check the item that the player has.
Sure.
Yeah. So right now, okay. So I don't know if this is also something that I don't know.
Okay. What are you thinking?
Because in the NPC, I have a pointer to something called a required item.
Yeah.
Okay. When I construct the NPC, I construct it with the required item.
Yeah.
So then when we go to check item, here, I pass the player's item.
Yeah. That's the item that they have in their hand. Yeah.
Okay. So this makes sense so far.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay. So now let's go to the NPC. Let's check the logic if it checks out. Okay. So this is my interact. Because all the NPCs will have this exact same function, basically.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need to make it different between the other ones, so we could kind of define it in the parent, and it just all behaves the same.
Yeah.
And then all NPCs will have like some common, like, let's say these are functions.
Yeah, yeah.
All of them will have the same common methods, right? Or sorry, variables.
Member variables. Yeah, yeah. So
what are those?
Like name.
Do we have to define the name, or are you defining that in the constructor, or do you want to define that?
I guess I could just do that as the greeting.
Yeah, you could even just throw it like here and then just hard code it or something. Like when you define the I don't know.
Okay, this is not.
Wait, you can hard code it in the greeting, can you? Like I'm not sure. It all depends on what you want. But let's just say it has a name and then.
Okay, it has a name and it has greeting doesn't need anymore. It has the required item in there.
Yeah.
And is solved.
They all NPCs have this. Okay,
yeah.
Cool. That makes sense. Cool. And these they won't need to implement interact because that's already a general.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Cool.
interact. Let's see. This is what my interact looks like. So I have an interact menu. So the interact menu just prints out the greet, but okay. So okay, maybe I think that's still working. So yeah. So the greet function call gets called,
Yeah.
which is like hello I am or whatever.
Makes sense.
And then it goes prints out prints out the list of things you can do. Like
Yeah.
what do you want to do? And then after so that's the menu. But interact, the way that it works is that we have a string that's going to be a choice,
Yeah.
and then we have a boolean here for because it's going to be a while loop for when the loop is done.
Yeah.
So it's set to false right now.
Mhm.
So while it's not done, print out the interact menu. Say what's your choice. C in a choice, a string.
Yeah.
And if the choice is 1, we give a hint, and then when the while loop is over, if we give a 2, then what we should do is that we should check the player item and look. So I don't know if I did this properly. I think this might have to change to required item.
The player item here.
Yeah, because it should check the player item with the required item that's already in the ghost is constructed with.
Yeah.
So if the player item is the same as the item that the ghost is constructed with,
like by reference, right?
Yeah.
It's the same reference. So this is already not going to work because the player item you create here is always going to be a new reference. Like when you create a new player item, it's going to create a new item somewhere else in memory and point to it. So if you check the item, it will never be the same item as that other one.
Okay.
So you're going to have to, like, when you call interact, you're going to have to pass, like, the level state, like, you're going to have to pass that into interact. Like, because we're going to have the level, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense why it'll never match? Or no?
Because you're creating a new address where it's pointing to.
Yeah.
And so if it's a new address, then
let's think about it like this, yeah. So we create this is our memory. Yeah. At some point we'll use up a bunch of memory and store the different items.
Yeah.
Item 1, item 2, item 3, item 4. Then at some point we're gonna instantiate the ghost and we're gonna say ghost. Your expected item is not an actual item, but it's a reference to like a memory address. So it's like it should be that one.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So basically somebody needs to pass in that exact memory address and it needs to match, right? It needs to be the item. That's what you were saying earlier?
Yeah, yeah.
So when you create new item here, zoom in. What that's doing is when you create a new item, it's essentially making a new area in memory, like 5. And then so if you try to check them,
would it be easier to check the strings? So basically we make a new item in here and we just give it the same string, the same name of the player item. So if instead of checking if the two items have the same memory address, it just checks if the two items have the same string.
Yeah.
Would that be better?
I think that's easier. But
it's easier. Okay.
Is that what? But the professor said don't do that.
No, he didn't say shit about that.
Oh, yeah. You're good then. See, that's what I was saying. Cause cause easy. Like if he says choice 2, yeah, you can take the player item. Like if you just look at the items as all as strings, it makes it a bit easier.
Yeah, yeah.
Because when they're objects, if you're trying to compare them, they're not going to be the same because when you create a new item, they're pointing to different areas in memory.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, we should just do strings then.
Yeah.
So I guess how would you?
But what you can do is you can create a function to compare the two items are actually the same, and you can do it. You can do in checked item. You can take the player item, and you could take your item, and then you could just create dot get name or something, and then you could do if this item dot get name is equal to the player item dot get name.
Yeah.
That's one way to do it.
Yeah. That's exactly what my teammate John was telling me to do.
Okay.
That's what he was telling me to do. Let's do what that guy. Let's do that. Okay, so what that means that the item there has to be an item. There has to be a get name, right? Okay, we have a get name.
Oh, you already have a get name.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Yo, that's my other teammate, Anita. Sick. Good job.
Everyone's doing their part. Respect.
Yeah, word. Okay. So
what's the constructors to the item?
So item, here is the parent class because there's 3 different types of items. And it's name, description, and can you pick it up?
Okay.
This bool might not make sense. Is it pick upable?
I mean, like if it was already picked up before or something like that.
Yeah, we might have, but right now it's fine. Like what you call it doesn't really matter. So that's what the constructor is for an item. So we go to NPC. So if choice is 2, so instead, so how was the, so how did you
In the check item, pass in the player item. Let's just go to check item function now. Check item.
Okay, where is that? Up here. Okay.
Yeah. It's already doing it. If it's already getting the player
Oh.
item and then required item and checking the names. And
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. This is what we were working on last time. Yeah, okay.
Ooh, you and your
me and John.
buddies?
Yeah,
Okay.
me and John. Okay, yeah. Okay, this is all coming back to me. Okay, so yeah, we have the player item, we get name, and if it's equal to the required item, get name.
Yeah.
This is the correct-
See what it's doing now? It's like not comparing by reference.
Yeah.
But instead,
Yeah. Oh my god, dude. This is
there's
this
like
guy
a
John
name
is
here.
good,
Yeah.
bro. He's good.
There's a name here. Now it's comparing, like it would always fail if we weren't getting the name.
Yeah.
But now we extract the name and now we're just comparing strings.
Nice. Okay, perfect. Okay, so how about, okay, so this is the NPC required item. Okay, so this looks like the logic checks out. So let's go to ghost, and then we have ghost here. It just has this interact option because interact holds the check item function as well. I'm pretty sure.
Interact holds a checked item.
Because let's go to NPC here, and we go to interact. Yeah, so it's gonna. Okay, so yeah, let's look at this again. And we'll see if this is kind of screwy. Interact. 1 will be to give the hint, or you give number 2 will be to see if your items match. So this should be, I think we should get this out of here, right? We should pull this out. This doesn't matter anymore.
Why?
Player item.
Yeah, where's player item? Where are we going to define it then? Like, how are we going to get it?
Player item. Okay. Well,
so NPC is just standing in the room, right?
Yeah.
In the living room.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we're gonna instantiate the. What are the functions of this? Or okay, no. Let me look at our stuff that we were talking about. Okay, let's go back here. So these are the functions. It's gonna check an item and interact. What is it?
So interact opens up the menu for when you interact with the NPC, it'll say, "Do you want to press 1 or press 2?"
Okay.
And then and then if you press number 1, it opens up the function give hint. And if you press 2, it should give you the function check item.
It should check your item right away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is all.
So why do we need a while loop here then? Why do we need to while?
Why is there a while loop? Just you can just keep on asking for hints, I guess. You can always just like you can just stay in that. You can just stay in there. Or
I feel like from the level you can kind of interact with it, and when you interact, it's like one go, like one exchange. I either get my hint or not, and if I want to get another hint or give it or check my item, I have to interact with it again. Like interact does one thing.
Okay,
like
so I should take this out of the while loop.
Yeah, I don't know. I think so.
Okay.
Is that like do you know what I mean? Like, cause
yeah.
In the level room, we're maintaining the state, and the NPC, you don't want to maintain the state of how the game is working in the NPC.
Mm-hmm.
It just needs to be like a pure function that you kind of talk to, like interact with it, and then you get the result.
Yeah.
Then later in the room, depending on choices, I would want to like interact with it again. And
I think I just did that because here I have a while loop when I'm testing the basic implementation. This is my main function. So I'm just testing the basic implementation.
Yeah. When you call interact with ghost, it should just interact with the ghost once. It shouldn't like keep doing that. Okay. If I want to do it, then I click it again.
I think I got confused because this is handling kind of like, this is like a dummy version of handling the game logic.
Yeah.
Like this is like a dummy version of the game function. And I had the while loop for this.
Okay, let's just take it out then.
Okay.
If there's no like good reason to have it, I think we should take it out.
Okay, so
you can like highlight all of it, then do command tab to get in.
All of this?
Like do command tab.
Oh, what have I done?
like if you want to like fix this, you can go like this. Just little shortcuts. Do it like in one go. Do what the other ones do.
Oh,
Instead of
shift tab.
command tab.
Command tab?
Yeah, command tab. Wait,
No,
oh,
it's
you're doing
shift tab.
command tab.
I think it's shift tab.
Oh,
It's shift tab.
oh shoot, I don't even know.
Okay.
It's just muscle memory.
Yeah,
But
I was
make sure it's in
watching.
the
I was
right-
watching you press shift tab. Shift tab. Okay, so
But
interact.
it looks like you don't have the it's not properly
Tab,
indexed.
tab,
Then tab those ones like 2 in.
like that.
Yeah, and now highlight the I was just showing you how to do it fast, but you don't have to do it like that. You can just do it line by line.
Here, this is
The if statement should be 1 back.
this one.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I'm such a noob.
No,
Holy
you're good.
smokes.
You're already. This is like already complex. Like I couldn't even just figure it out right away. I had to like walk through all the different steps just to figure this out.
Okay, so this part right here, this is what we're gonna be changing, right? So if two, it should just return check item.
Yeah, but how does it have access to the player's item?
How would this have access to the player's item?
Yeah, like when you interact,
Because
Should we be-
the player would have an item.
are we gonna pass the player into the interact function? Or no?
I don't know how would that how what you call it?
Because we need to get access to the player's item here. Somehow we need to like pass
Wait,
something in there.
I think the NPC class it has the player. Yeah, it has access to the player class because in NPC I included the player header file in that NPC, so I'm pretty sure it has access to the player.
But is there any instance variables that actually has that, or like did we actually assign that anything?
Let's go check out player.
Or here, let's look at NPC. Like, is there anything? Did we
Uh,
actually use that header file?
No, we haven't used it. We just have it in there.
I think we should pass in the player object into interact. So basically, from the NPC side, you know who you're interacting with. So we pass in player here.
Mm-hmm.
So you're basically saying I'm an NPC and this is the player that's interacting with me. Other players can interact with me, but now when the player interacts with me, that player has like all the different instance variables. Like it's gonna have like
Okay.
yeah.
So when I look at my when I look at this right here, I should be passing a player through it.
Yeah, you should pass a player through it. The
So
same way you're like
player-
you're like passing an item into check item, you're passing a player into just so we know who you're interacting with.
Something like this.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. Okay. So we have this, and then let's go back to NPC over here.
That makes
And-
sense.
Yeah. So
Passing the player.
player unidentified, interact, compatible.
Probably do like
It says I need a pointer to a player.
yeah, you're probably just defining that function wrong. What if you like how are they defining the other function parameters? Is it gonna be like this? Like this?
Yeah, that's how you would.
Is that what you should do there? Add that or no?
Okay, let's see.
I just add capital player.
Player like that.
Like
Okay,
that.
yeah, there we
that
go.
works.
Nice. So blah 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 blue blue blue. We can get rid of this line here, and then so this should just call check item.
And it should return the result.
Check item. Something has to get passed through here.
Which is gonna be the player dot item or something. Player dot get item. If you create, I'm assuming this guy wrote a nice little function for it.
Let's see. Player. Do they have a return item? They don't have a return item in player yet.
Write that function then, like get item. Like basically just it takes the item or what's in player though.
In player, let's see. Okay, player pickup.
Are we storing the item that they have or no? Oh yeah, it's
Yeah,
right
it's,
here.
it's gonna store the item.
Okay,
That they
just
have.
write a little accessor method called like get method, and it's just all it does is return the item.
Let's see if they have something like that in here. Something like void get item,
Yeah.
and then it'll just be empty.
Or yeah, you just call it, and what it's gonna do is it's gonna return the item. Instead of saying void, say item.
Return item. No.
I think so. Is it?
Uh,
There's a class called item there, or there's a.
yeah, there's an item, but I'm just looking because oh would it be new item or I don't know what.
Oh, but you're defining the HPP, right?
Yeah, this is the HPP.
So just change the void.
Oh,
You're
wait,
changing the
sorry.
void. Yeah.
Oh, no. Actually, no. Sorry. This has to be here. This is get item. This should change. Yeah. So there, and then I gotta define it in this.
But like update the void. Like void means it's returning nothing, right?
Yeah.
That means like when you call the function, nothing should be returned, but you do want to return.
It should return string.
Or item.
I don't think that if I put item here, I don't think it's gonna work.
How are they doing it right there? They're saying like void and pickup. You're passing an item.
Yeah.
So now instead of passing one in, you're just returning it. Because you're gonna write a function
Of item, and then this is in player. So in player, item player, get item.
Basically, have you worked with accessor methods before?
Yeah, but I know what they are, but I'm not good at them.
So basically, all this function is gonna do is when you call get item, it's gonna just return the item. It's gonna access the specific item and just return it. So if you just do like return item,
Just like that.
should be good. Yeah.
No suitable constructor exists to convert item.
It's probably like I never have to do with pointers too much, so maybe you have to do pointer star. Or like on the return there.
Get item. Return. What, like this? Like pointer? No.
Oh no, like this one right here. Change that to star. And then just return the item. And then go to your where you define that function at the very top.
In my player.
Oh, where are we? Oh, that was in player. Yeah. Now, say return star or something. Item star. Or no, sorry, like in 46. Right behind it.
Right here.
Right behind it. Add the star.
Right here.
Like for the item, because we're gonna say we're gonna return a report, right?
Okay, yeah, okay.
Now, do we need to define that function, or does it compile now?
The header file, you just write out what the function is and what it's gonna pass as a parameter.
Okay, so
and then you in the actual implementation file, this is where you actually implement.
Okay, so this is what I'm thinking. What is it complaining about now?
Saying declaration is incompatible. Oh wait,
save.
No, it's gone.
Oh, it's gone.
Now.
Cool.
Okay,
now, so what we're doing is we just create a simple function that gets the item that the player is currently holding.
Yeah, so it should be player get item. Like that. Oh look. Okay, get item. What is complaining about? A pound two bound may only be used to call the function. A pointer to a bound function may only be used to call.
Or don't you have to call the function with function parameters? How do you call a function in C++? Like, do you have to do the?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because you're actually calling the function.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. Whew. Okay. Nice. Yo, this guy's good. Yo.
Now look at check item.
Okay.
Like click on to check item.
So the actual function.
Yeah, let's look at this because now we're passing in an actual item. See what it's doing is taking the player, it's gathering the item, it's it's getting the reference.
Yeah.
Now it's taking that item and throwing it into check item.
Okay.
And now check item is actually gonna check that item based on its item.
Okay, good. This is good then. Okay, perfect. So interact. So then
I would just here. This is kind of bugging me a little bit, like the indent. But... oh shit! What happened? Oh, go back. No. You're good. Dude, write that function back.
Oh my god. Where's the redo? Where's the redo?
All I did was accidentally switch to the next class. Okay. Oh no, you're still missing the return item there. Redo. There. Now go back. Save. Now go back to your other one.
The NPC.
Yeah. Okay. All I was gonna, or can you just tab them in? Like make make sure that they're not properly tabbed in essentially.
No, you don't like that.
Yeah.
I want to be like this.
Yeah. Move it in. Move that one. Move that one like 2 tabs. Yeah.
This.
Just for like cleanliness.
There we go.
Move that one up, and then move the line 26 down one. Down one tab.
Put it in one more.
Down one.
There we go. Like that.
Or move that one down a tab. Like remove a tab from that line, and then the lines above it.
There
remove it, and the other 2 lines. Yeah.
There we go.
So now, okay. Let's look at it.
Check.
Now we're interacting with a menu. We're grabbing a choice. Depending on their choice, we're giving a hint. If they do 2, we try to get the item from the player. And yeah. Oh, that's why you had the while loop, because you're doing invalid. You're checking for invalid choices.
Okay, yeah. Invalid choices are good too.
But like, we can worry about that later.
Yeah.
Actually, then they'll just interact with it again. Like if they click 5 and do a valid choice, then we'll say this.
They do want us to be able to do some throw exception. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They want us to code that in eventually to be like, that's the wrong choice.
Okay.
So the game doesn't crash.
Yeah. That's fine. That's good. You're doing that already. You're telling the game's not crashing. Okay. I don't know. I think your NPC is doing exactly what we told it to.
So now let's test it out. Let's go to the main function and let's see if we can test it out a little bit. Okay. Let's just make sure that. Help me think through this because what's the practices. So right now, the player item in the room. Let's see. When I pick up so let's make this. I have this item called item in the room, right?
Yeah.
Let's take this item in the room and let's make this the required item. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Let's make this the required item, and I wanted to check it against the this thing. So right now, I feel like if we run this, let's go make clean, and we'll save all, and then let's make. I don't know if it's gonna compile. We might have changed some things. Too few arguments.
Okay, now just define that in the header, I think.
Too few arguments. Wait, ghost.cpp 10.9. It says interact. This one has too few arguments.
Oh wait. What are we doing here? We're saying ghost interact. So instead of interacting with a player item, we have to convert this to player, right? This ghost interact. Or do we even need to specify interact? I don't think we need to specify interact here.
So it could just be NPC?
Or just delete this function and let it inherit from the other.
So just delete this.
Yeah, I think so. Because the reason, like the rationale behind that is because interact is defined here, and that's like general already. Like there's nothing specific to interact, so we don't need to really define them here.
Okay, cool. That's perfect. Okay, so that's out of there.
And do that for all the classes. We're working on Ghost first.
Yeah. Save, make. Let's see. It's probably gonna be one more thing. There was another thing. Or no, I think it's gonna be fine. Oh, what? Reference ghost. This thing. Undefined symbol. Ghost item reference.
Interact item. Where's that? What is it failing on a specific line, or that's compiled? Compile time error.
That's a compile time error.
Okay. Look up ghost interact. Where is it? Did you save?
Ghost.
Just make sure you save and then, or
Yeah, I saved it. Let's try again.
so on the terminal, one thing you could do is also just like click up, click down.
Yeah. Okay. I'll grab a charger in a second. Item ghost interact. Let's go because. Let's go.
Oh, it's interact from main. It's referenced in main, but it's not really
So we go
used.
to main here, and what's bugging it is this right here. This ghost interact, which should be NPC. I think.
Yeah. Where do we define the NPC?
Well, NPC is an abstract class.
Yeah, but at some point, oh yeah, okay, we're good. We're
So
good.
we just make a ghost.
Oh no, that's yeah. Let's do ghost and then do that then. Shouldn't it be when we call the ghost interact, it will just automatically look at the parent, or you have to define that, like how that behavior. Like if a function isn't defined in one of the base classes, does it automatically look at the parents, or you have?
Yeah.
Oh, it does that already? Okay.
So it goes to the parent class.
Okay, just do a normal call function then. Do ghost.
Dot.
And then let's put in the player here. Like, is there a player? Because we're saying the ghost needs to interact with a player. Is there a player somewhere here or no?
Yeah, we have a player.
Okay, cool.
So there's a player. Yeah. But the player doesn't have an item. The player wouldn't have an item.
Well, the player, that's a variable inside the player, right? Or we didn't assign that yet.
Yeah, we didn't assign.
We can call player dot pickup item or something, and then pass in that item.
Okay, nice.
Or let's look at the functions of player. Oh, grab your thing quickly.
Yeah.
Woo! This is a good okay, object. I haven't done object oriented programming in way too long, but this is fun. Quick break. All right, I'm going on mute for a second. This is a really good video right now. We're really diving deep into like how to architect the object-oriented system. Hey everyone, we're just charging my friend's laptop.
Oh, hi. Okay.
This is good.
Very good.
We covered a lot of ground so far.
Woo! Hell yeah, man. This is beautiful. This is awesome. Networking. It's not what you know. It's who you know. All right.
But now you know it. Now people come to you after.
I'm gonna be the big brother.
Train the next generation of coders after.
Okay, wait. So let's save. Okay. Let's figure this out right here.
Did you run it?
So we have a player. We do have a player here. We have an item in the room. So basically, what should happen is that um, should I just do that right off the bat? Like, should I just run that code right off the bat?
But why is it complaining about your player though? That's one like that's the part player. Okay, go to interact.
Interact this one.
Yeah. Let's just go to NPC and just make sure it's saying that it expects the item, but it should expect the player. That's already wrong. Dude, let's like look at the CPP files and stuff, and just make sure that the ghost HPP.
Our NPC or what you call it?
Ghost.
Remember, this is interact right here in NPC.
Yeah, but ghost is not correct.
Ghost doesn't have a.
But if you go to
the header
HPP,
file?
yeah, header file. See, it's saying that it has that, so
Oh,
delete
okay,
that
so
from all of them, yeah.
It should be player.
Or it shouldn't even have it,
Oh, just
right?
leave it?
Because it already.
Oh yeah, because it takes it. Yeah, okay.
It's like the or like. Do we even need to define that here, or it's inheriting that from the?
It's inheriting it, so
Okay.
we don't even need this in here.
Yeah, we don't need it then.
Get out of here. All right.
Now
Nice.
compile it. Or
Okay,
should we
let's go see what this.
save. Did you save?
Yeah, it's saved. Okay, cool.
Ooh, it's gone. I love those squiggly lines disappear.
Fuck that squiggly line. Oh, sorry, frick.
No
that
worries.
squiggly line.
It's like dopamine.
That's so crazy. Nice. Okay, cool. It's compiled. Okay, let's run it.
After this is one of my friends, like our friend's 18th birthday, and we're taking him straight to the club.
Interact. Okay. Give your so we ask for a hint. It'll say okay. Give your item. It should return true, right?
Well,
This
it
is
depends on
bad.
what your item is. If your item is wrong, it's gonna segmentation.
fault.
That's because you don't have an item, so it's gonna be looking in that reference. So what you can do is go to scroll to the top, and at the top you can. Let's look at the player functions. Let's say pick up. So let's call player, and then they'll pick up that item.
Okay, yeah.
Inside-
we can do that actually.
Yeah, let's
in
just
the-
hard code that in main CPP.
well,
Let's just
I
pretend.
wanna see
Oh, you
something.
want to actually pick it up?
Yeah, because look, pick up object, and now if I go interact with it worked. Oh no, this is not the correct item. So now the player actually has an object because I picked up an object.
Okay.
Through the,
Now when you go to the ghost, it should not do a segmentation fault anymore.
Yeah.
So interact with that ghost and try to
I
give
just
him.
did. So look, I interacted with the ghost and it said this is not the correct item.
Nice. Go get the right item. Let's see if it works. I think it's working then.
Okay, so but how do I pick up the right item?
Go to the right room.
We can't go to the
Okay.
go to the right
So
room.
one way to do it would be
we need to
why
see-
you want to test that?
I just want to test if
Okay.
yeah.
Scroll. Let's go to your main.
Okay.
Let's just on line 24 do like player dot pickup
Wait,
item.
This ghost I initiated with this item called key. So let's just change this
What's key?
to we're gonna change this to item in room. And we'll see if that
Or no, like
changes.
that might be item in room. Yeah.
I think that will change. I think I made the ghost with the wrong I constructed with the wrong item. Holy shit.
No, but you want to construct it with key because
this is just a test if the
Okay.
interact is work. Okay, so give the item. Oh wait, fuck no, there's a sorry.
don't worry, this is not for kids.
No. So let's ask for a hint. Was pick up the item. Now let's interact with him. Let's give him the item. This is the correct item.
This is the correct item. This is the correct item. Let's go.
Nice, bro. Holy smokes, man.
Now you know how to implement one. Now you just gotta implement the rest, right?
Yeah,
pretty simple.
Yeah. And then John can do his thing, and we can finish this project. Oh, that's crazy, bro.
So that's object oriented. What did we go through? What did we cover, bro? Covered a lot.
I think we covered a lot of stuff. Encapsulation, a lot of different. We covered a lot of different kind of like principles for software development. We didn't like stick technical terms to them, but we did like encapsulation, single responsibility. We covered like the member function, inheritance. We did a lot about inheritance. Yeah.
We did some good diagramming, and that really helped me figure
this
it
is like
out.
a form of inheritance called composition, where we stick all these different parts together to form like a class. So like it's using
you're
from
right.
different things.
Yeah.
My teacher would be pretty proud about this, I
Dude.
think.
All right. I'll see y'all in the next video. We're going to hit the club.
Hell yeah.